Back Up, an ode to weathering for Arlene Geronimus. Mix ancestral and everyday trauma, African call, American response. Drum it on tight tendons, skin suffused and shiny, soft tissue singing of soreness, observing it like a holiday. It's just Tuesday. Speed it up 7.5 times. Let blood pressure reach the high notes, diabetes the low ones. Let obesity morbidly thump the bass lines, while glycogen's fight or flight hit the hi-hat. Isn't each day, each step outside in America a scream? Listen to the resounding soundtrack. You don't belong here. Go back to Africa. And that original hit, Nigger, always number one with a bullet. When the school's white gaze singles out your son, implore adrenaline and cortisol to slow their ragged runs. When applying for a mortgage with a lower interest rate, after the next white businessman lets the door slam in your face, tell this body not to hum its fate. Fear, anxiety, and chronic depression, the constant refrain. Inflammation as the blood races to the mic again and again. Measure 1, discrimination, maternal mortality. Measure 2, heart disease, socioeconomic conditions. Tune up the fibroids, open up that throat, dig down, hold that note. Black women know how to sing back up. Our pain always in perfect pitch.
The 11th Hour Manifesto after Doreen Tator's I Will Not Leave My Country. You don't. You don't. You don't want to hear the words. Don't want to hear. Listen to the flesh. Released, and rock. The mothers hold onto dead bodies like an award. This country celebrates wars, always celebrates its wars. Even the declared war on let my people go. We can call it the 100-year war, but it is the 300-plus year. It is the everyday war. This country, and its wars and its hate, and its wars and its hate. This country, its ignorance, this country, 'tis thee. Where we live, where we can't breathe, where we can't jog, where we can't wear our natural hair, speak our natural languages. This country filled with poems that side eye of hashtag say their name, that shade of hashtag Black Lives Matter. This country filled with dark matter. This country, our country. This is my country.
Cross, Hood, Noose. An American History Lesson. 1. Cross. There is an essential difference between wood and flame. It is a gap wide enough for the Pledge of Allegiance to walk through, laughing. Remember not to let the base burn so the cross can stand for as long as needed. Pour no gasoline where it punctures the earth. Remember this too. The cross is an execution and a smile at the same time, and America loves crosses. Golden, jeweled, rustic, steel, petite, looming. With body or without, it makes no difference, as long as they burn. 2. Hood. It is worn as a hat, and it points upward, maybe to a treetop, a reaching branch, or to a darkness the wearer cannot see through. It is always white and looks absurd, really. It is not a covering. It is more like a melody, not a spiritual, more like a national anthem. 3. Noose. Rope is a congregation, a braiding of many, an e pluribus unum that fits into your hand. These strands are beautiful to some. They arc and weave in a way a broken neck does. This rope circles and circles again, as if the wearer wasn't listening and needs the binding repeated. When translated, Noose means we the people. It's a constitution for those who can only love what they can kill.
Parade. A dingy sky blue pickup rolled down N Street, its occupants as unknown to these urban parts as their oversized truck and its rear tag that read farm. On a tiny city street just barely below the Mason-Dixon line, I stepped closer to see the pickup parade down the asphalt like a large float of bad times. The passenger, a large woman with orange blonde hair, waving out of the window like streamers over her pillowy, freckled upper right arm. The truck, unpermitted to leave the farmland of its owners, appeared to be operated by some time or force other than the driver. A bare-armed, bare-shouldered guy with messy chestnut hair stuffed under a bright red cap, the inscription on the front blurred by the brief glimpse. There I stood, an onlooker, a local casting empty blues at the ballots in this little town deemed undeserving of representation. I watched awestruck as the Republic of the Float proceeded down the block slowly, stalking, prompting images of the South's unofficial battle flag. Trees like the maples, oaks, and ginkgos lining this block, at once haunting. A hot breeze spread across my forehead. Cabbage white butterflies fluttered over my mouth and nose, distracting me from the truck's spotty paint job, mimicking clouds in a pale blue sky.
Stay-at-home order. Not even a trail of crumbs for Crow in the numbing streets of the shucked city. But things are done and things are being made. Your piece of what you got is real. What could have been great, and when you have an extra, that's not enough. Count your rows. Pray, pray, Crow. Everyone who can is imbibing, so send your prayers and offer up something. Who feeds the raven? God asked Job. It was a bad rhetorical question. Who feeds the two-world walkers? We are here. We don't know anything.